Morning, y'all. How you doing? This is Ray, they, them, theirs, Black Unicorn, Beloved, Loved One pronouns. And I'm here to talk to you about why I am a sustaining donor to the Newburgh LGBTQ Center. So I'm a sustaining donor to the Newburgh LGBTQ Center because I believe in the mission. I believe in centering the voices and leadership of queer people of color and our allies to fight for a more equitable Hudson Valley. So what exactly does that look like? We're talking about using language like fighting and equitable. And what that means is that when we look at the outcomes that impact LGBTQ people of color, those disparities are actually much deeper and wider than our white counterparts. So we experience homeless more frequently than our white counterparts. We experience systemic violence more frequently than our counterparts. And that looks like being misdiagnosed and mistreated inside of healthcare institutions. It looks like experiencing more discrimination inside of workplace situations within the workforce. It looks like experiencing more housing discrimination, which can look like ignoring our needs or having the cops called on us, right? And so in order to address these disparities, it's why the Newburgh LGBTQ Center was born. It was born to create a space for community building so we could do education to address things like anti-oppression work, anti-LGBTQ sentiments, and trans misogyny. It was also created as a resource for queer people of color to be able to come together, to be able to get access to resources, to be able to center their voices, leaderships, and needs. And that's how we're structured, and that's how we're responsive to the needs of the community. We listen to people, and then we move accordingly. So when you become a sustaining donor to the Newburgh Center, where does your money go? Well, it goes to pay the folks that are here making the work happen. It also helps to sustain programs like the Queer Relief Fund, which gives out mini grants to people in the community through a very simple application process. And folks then immediately are able to get cash ranging from $50 to $200 within a matter of either a couple of days or a couple of weeks, depending on the process. So these are just a couple of reasons why I am a sustaining donor to the Newburgh LGBTQ Center. I can afford to sustain at $100 a month. What can you afford to sustain for queer liberation? How are you making the gift of queer liberation not just once during the course of the year, but actually a commitment to seeing our communities intersectional thrive throughout the Mid-Hudson Valley? If all of our followers and all the people who signed up for our newsletters or corresponded with us were able to donate just $3 a month, we would be able to cut down our dependency on things like grant funding. That would be great. So please consider becoming a sustaining donor to the Newburgh LGBTQ Center. And thank you for your time.